Tell us how you really feel, Chad. You're on a roll. How many beers is that? Keep them coming, man. Keep them coming.
This is number 2.
If that's any preview of the rest of the show, like keep them coming.
Was it the Chad?
The Chad was great.
Hide your kids. Lock the doors. You're listening to HR's most dangerous podcast. Chad Sowash and Joel Cheeseman are here to punch the recruiting industry right where it hurts. Complete with breaking news, brash opinion, and loads of snark. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for the Chad and Cheese Podcast.
Oh, yeah. We're not internationally known, but we're known to rock a microphone. What's up, boys and girls? It's the Chad and Cheese Podcast. I'm your co-host, Joel Unconditional Surrender Cheeseman.
And this is Chad. It takes 2 so wash.
And on this episode of HR's most dangerous podcast, Workday gets a win, Indeed gives an assist, and Pope Leo drops some shade on AI, Chicago style. Boom. Let's do this.
So can you hear my background?
Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Well, early happy birthday to you and happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you. So little known fact about the Chad and Cheese Show. Born on the same year, a day apart. Chad is the 27th. I'm the 28th. So by the time you hear this show, we will both have celebrated a birthday. My anniversary, celebrating number 10 this year. I'm on his birthday. That was not planned. We didn't say, let's get married on Chad's birthday. It just sort of happened. Although Chad keeps telling himself that's exactly why.
Take all the air out of the balloon. The Chad.
Steal my thunder.
Chad's balloon, yes.
Your anniversary is summertime too, right? Or early fall? I forget.
No, mine's, ours is September.
Okay.
If you remember the Earth, Wind, and Fire song, September, the 21st day of September. Yes, we
could forget that.
We met on the 21st day of September, and we were married on the 21st day of September.
And is this year the 10th?
Oh, God, that's a good question. I should ask Julie. If I asked Julie, she would know. This has got to be 10.
It feels like it is.
2016, yeah.
We can edit that out on the show if.
No, you don't have to worry. I can guarantee you right now, if I asked her, she'd be like, carry the one. I don't know.
Kid was how old when we got married? They're how old now? Yeah. So birthday. I assume you're getting a Trump phone for your birthday.
Since it comes out on my birthday.
The deposit is finally paid off, right?
All 11 stripes on the flag. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. That's
no longer made in America, but made with American values in mind.
Just like Trump hats. I love it.
So good. Now, what are you doing? You're obviously drinking in a bar, so I assume it's just going to carry on from here.
Yeah, we're going to wait till the weekend. Plus, I think we're going to have, we'll talk about this during travel, but, June free Joel. And thinking about, August free Chad, because all the Europeans take August off. So I don't think I'll be able to do it, but I might try.
Yeah, we introduced the idea a year or so ago, and I think I answered immediately when I was going to take my month, which corresponded with my wife's business travel, which is in Italy.
Oh, yes.
Which I've never been. So if you have any Italian tips, either Chad or anyone out there, feel free to hit me up. We're doing Rome, Venice, Milan, and some other city. That's a little bit more random.
Get to Venice before it's underwater. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited. So you've been out for 2 weeks, invading England. I assume you've been playing William the Conqueror this month.
Time in England, good time. Stayed up by Regent's Park. Had an event there, Job Boards Connect. Then came back and had some friends come down from London for that week, and it was nothing but beer, beach, and paddle. So I thought, let's take a couple of weeks and come back right be refreshed before Joel leaves us for June.
Any conference insights you want to share? Any revelations come out of?
Yeah. So it's basically the same. When you are at the enterprise level, let's say you're at the top of the food chain, in any type of industry, you don't believe anybody who's telling you that you need to change, right? No, I'm fine. No, the market's fine. Everything's good. It's fine. You might as well be in the fucking corner in the fetal position. Yeah. But then you go over to the startups, the ones who want to disrupt things, and they're like, yes, we need to change what's going on. I mean, they're like, they want to just eat everything you have to say. They want to know, they want to win. You know what I mean? While you've got these, the old crotchety motherfuckers up there saying everything's fine. Nothing's, it is two different worlds, but it doesn't matter what conference you go to. If you split those two worlds up, that's exactly what you're going to see every single time. And it's frustrating and hilarious at the same time.
The puppies and the old dogs are a common story in our industry. Well, that's exciting. Well, should we get to shout outs?
Oh yeah.
Is it time for shout outs?
I'll let you go first since you've not been here a couple weeks.
Okay. I tell you what, let's do this real quick. I'm going to bring Alex in. Come here, Alex. Got to see Alex.
Set the table for who Alex is. Hey, Alex.
Alex.
What is it?
Alex.
Hola. What's Portuguese?
Hello. It's definitely it's hola. You can do that.
Okay.
Or bom dia, but it's afternoon, so it's got to be
hola. How are you doing?
Dos cerveza, por favor.
Dos cervezas, right away. Don't worry.
All right, so who's Alex? Alex, who are you?
Alex. Well, he runs this place.
Runs the bar that Chad
this
records
is his place. Everybody calls this bar Alex's bar. It's not the name of it, but they call it Alex's bar.
Okay.
And it's his birthday today too. So we're not the same age. I don't know if you can tell if you're watching on video. You can obviously tell.
I wouldn't be able to.
Well, happy birthday, Alex.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday.
Chad, we have a new sponsor, Alex. So I don't know if there's a combo there. We can
Well, I'll be glad to sponsor you whenever you come here to Portugal to meet us up.
Okay.
There's the invite.
If multiple Alexes want to give us money, I'm totally down for that. I assume.
Well, I don't know that many, but I can sure contact them to sponsor you with a glass of Guinness or something like that.
All right, so Alex, give us an ad. Like when you're in Portugal, come to Al. Like what's your ad? If you're advertising on the show.
No, I don't have any ad. Like this is literally the place to be right now. It's nice, it's sunny, it's very safe, and everybody seems to have a blast when they come down here. And
I trust you have more than just Guinness, even though Chad only drinks Guinness from the show. What other kind of beers do you have?
Tap right here. Okay. A new Carlsberg tap. What else do you have on tap?
Strongbow, Sagres, and like 5 different beers.
Oh yeah, 5 on tap. But the ones that you're gonna love, Joel, he's got some of the best Belgian beers in the bottle, cold and ready.
Duvel, I assume.
Oh yeah. Plus, yeah. Premise and all the stuff.
Awesome.
All right, get out of here.
Well, thanks for hosting half of our show,
nice to meet you,
Alex.
Joe.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Love that kid.
Getting all the Anglo beers from Portugal. I love it.
Love that kid. Here at the Chad Cheese Podcast, one thing that we love is obviously you watching, but also like and subscribe. Okay. So shout out. You've got a shout out. I want to go ahead and I'm going to shout out to The Final Toast. And if you would go ahead and play that video, Joel.
Sure. Let's go.
Last call for Schlitz beer. The final batch will be brewed in Wisconsin this weekend after 177 years. Marketed for years as, quote, the beer that made Milwaukee famous.
177 years. Schlitz, you weren't the beer we deserved, but you were exactly the beer we could afford. You were the official sponsor of Questionable Decisions, backyard barbecues where meat got burnt and garage bands practices that never resulted in a gig. You didn't pretend to be fancy. You didn't have notes of citrus or hoppy finish. You tasted like beer, strong, unapologetic, and budget-friendly beer. So here's to you, old friend. You made Milwaukee famous. You made our weekends affordable, and you made our Mondays incredibly difficult. Rest in, lack of quality. We'll miss you, you beautiful, bitter bastard.
Yes, and I'm shocked that you didn't mention the Schlitz shits, which was a common thing.
That was Mondays. That's what they're talking about. Mondays. Maybe Mondays
the
bad.
Schlitz shits so was bad. A common staple.
So bad
in college. By the way, I don't know. My wife has lost her mind. I don't know if it's perimenopause or what. She literally bought me PBR Light. I don't know if that's a message like I want to get divorced before our 10th anniversary or what, but like PBR Light, what is going on
PBR Light
with that?
Either that or, I mean, I don't know. Maybe did she know it was light? It could have been just like she saw the PBR and or she's signaling to you that you need to go on a diet. I don't know.
We're going to have a hard conversation, Chad. A very, very hard conversation. I don't know what to do here. Bruh. All right. So my shout out, let's just round this out with a full white trash shout out session.
Kid Rock. What?
Indy 500.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Indy 500. Talked about it last week, but it did not disappoint. 350,000 people.
Oh, dude.
The closest race in history. This is 110 runnings that they've done of this race. The winning time was just 0.0233 seconds ahead. There were 70 lead changes in this race. Lots of wrecks. Joseph Newgarden wrecked his second year in a row. He's probably my favorite driver, but it was a great event. But more than that, it was a lot of people getting together. There was no violence. Everyone got along. There wasn't a lot of I'm on my phone time. It was a lot of like watching the race and being into it and interacting. So I'm always a fan for the live events, get people off their phones, get people engaged with other human beings. So my shout out really easy this week goes out to the Indy 500 and its winner, Felix Rosenqvist. By the way,
I did. Enjoyed. I watched the highlights. Been to the race many times. Mm-hmm. Big question for me though. I haven't been since they've done this whole hybrid kind of like electric / petrol. Are they quieter? Is the noise different? I always love the roar of the engines, but it is loud as hell. Is it different?
It is loud as hell. These are not electric vehicles by any means. And also, you probably weren't there when the Wienermobiles raced each other. There's like 10 Wienermobiles. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was not.
The snake pit, obviously, something you've probably experienced. That was fun.
I know you love a free wiener, but we don't give those away here at the Chad and Cheese podcast.
No, we do not. We do not. You got to pay for the wieners.
But we do give away stuff at Chad and Cheese. So we got Stephen here to tell us about it.
Stephen, what's up, dude?
Hi, everybody. It's me, Stephen McGrath, and I'm here to tell you all about how you can grab some free stuff from chadcheese.com. Now, you might be wondering why I'm sitting here topless, and the answer is really simple, because I've not grabbed my free t-shirt from Erin app at chadcheese.com yet. Let me fix that.
Thank God.
That's better. So I'm sporting a slightly vintage model here, but of course there are new and updated designs every year, and those are super soft, breathable, and some might even say huggable. Now, what else can you get? Of course, you can get some craft beer. It's not just any regular rubbish beer. That's craft beer brought to you by the data geeks at Aspen
It's
Tech
not
Labs.
Schlitz.
And if you're not into beer too much, then...
It might be PBR Light this year, though, by this month.
2 seconds. Just go and get that.
Better not be.
Then you can always go for chicken cock, baby. That's right. Not one, but 2 bottles of chicken cock from the lovely people at Proven Base. Now, you're not going to get any of this stuff unless you go to chadcheese.com/free and get yours today.
Love that guy. I miss that guy.
His daughter's hair is the color of fire. He is so awesome. Screwed.
Yeah, Remy. Remy, she is adorable.
So
She's adorable.
Cute. So cute. I hope she comes to an event soon. Where
are we going, boys?
We don't have any events, but we have travel. And travel, as you know, is sponsored by, get ready, kids, because we've got a Joel free June brought to you by our good friends over at Shaker Recruitment Marketing. Joel, Question is, did Joe Shaker load you up with a couple of suitcases of Italian beef so you don't have to eat all that all naturally grown Italian food in Europe?
I suspect I won't see any Italian beefs in Italy. That's kind of an irony, isn't it? It's kind of a disappointment. I might go walk into every restaurant and say, "Where are the Italian beefs? God damn it!" All right, I'll deal with the pasta and the linguine or whatever.
Walk in with we have the meats. I mean, if you're on the coast, man, obviously amazing seafood. I know. Your wife's not a big fan of the seafood
category. I'm so lucky.
Are you allowed to eat it in front of her though, or is she just like that squeamish about it?
Depends on the smell.
Okay.
Like shellfish tend to have a little rough smell for her.
Okay.
Fish, pretty good. Fish are fine. Fried fish, like fish and chips, no problem. But yeah, if it's like a nice scampi or lobster tail, she kind of has problems with that. So that's pretty rare.
Christine, allow a little
leverage.
Allow Joel to be selfish with some shellfish, okay? Because he's going to need some. He's in Italy. Come on.
I do like that. So June will be gone, and then also first week of July, we'll be in RecFest. I think we're gonna have a little guest show that first week of July. So if you love the show without me on it, you are in for a treat. It's going to be the summer of the Team Cheese listeners out there. But for this episode anyway, I am still here.
Everybody loves you.
And let's get to some topics. It was a holiday weekend, but we ain't afraid of no holiday weekend. We still got some news, everybody. Workday reported strong earnings, beating analyst estimates and posting revenue of $2.54 billion, driven by a 14% year-over-year increase in subscription revenue. And hello.
Yeah.
Surging demand for its AI products, which I'm sure we'll get to in the commentary. You don't like Workday news? Okay. The Economist reported Google has effectively dethroned OpenAI in the consumer and enterprise AI race. Oh, you want a side of industry news with that? Well, TopTal announced the acquisition of Adeva, a global IT talent network. Workday, Google, and TopTal all in the news this week. Chad, your take.
Yeah, so the Workday bump, I've said it before and I will say it again. Workday is fine, kids. It's the stock market that's fucked up. If a company is beating revenue numbers, but it doesn't say AI enough in the quarterly fucking meetings, investors basically just wet the bed. Companies like ServiceNow, Salesforce, and Workday, I mean, even NVIDIA, for God's sakes, they're going to be fine. I mean, when NVIDIA doesn't hit their 200,000 trillion number, it's like, what the fuck? They hit it and they still go down. Anyway, companies like ServiceNow, Salesforce, Workday, they're going to be fine, mainly because they are already into AI. They have AI. It's already there. But more importantly, they have contextual data specific to their users and their users' client base in the platform already. They have the data. The data is the gold, kids. I don't get what these guys are wetting the bed for. Transformation doesn't happen overnight, but these companies are moving pretty fucking fast. And as for the whole Boomerang CEO thing, where they brought their co-founder back, Workday bringing the co-founder back, that's a go-to move for any board that's wetting the bed. It's called a weak ass board. That's all it is. It's all good at Workday. ServiceNow, you see these companies, it's fine. It's fine. You want to talk about that a little bit?
I mean, I think it's a little early to say that it's fine. I think that after a nice flush of the toilet, they're all sort of clinging to the sides and trying to crawl out. The numbers were great. The street loved it. Some of the numbers, 4,000 customers are using at least one AI agent. Their AR is approaching 500 million. Their agentic AI products grew 200% year over year. The stock is still down 40%, so it's not like it totally, went ballistic on the upside.
So what's wrong with this? I mean, you said we're not sure yet. I mean, from the standpoint of what they need AI. They got it. They need the data, which is the gold, literally the gasoline that runs the engine of AI. shit, they got more of that than anybody does, especially from a contextual standpoint.
Yeah, I think a couple things happened. One is the flush was so deep that, I don't want to say dead count bounce, but any sign of life when that happens is always a good thing to the market.
Yes.
And these are huge companies. I mean, for these guys to like actually be flushed would be quite a spectacle, and AI is a bigger deal, and we probably recognize. Workday's also done a really good job of not just buying technology, and we've documented the acquisitions that they've made, and they did talk about Paradox and Sana in the earnings report, but they've done a really good job of, I guess, seeing where the puck was going and saying, look, we need to buy not only AI and technology as well as people who know what the hell they're doing, but also we need to buy revenue. And you and I are fairly close to Paradox and have a pretty good idea of that their business was pretty good, that revenue was there. I'm assuming Sana and some of the other companies that they've acquired were similar situations. So if they're just able to say, hey, we bought Paradox and Paradox is adding X amount to the bottom line, we're not just adding AI, but we're adding revenue. And that obviously comes into the numbers. So they can say, hey, our AI revenue is part of Paradox. That's why companies will buy companies, because they can add the revenue to the bottom line. So I think part of it is just like the crash has been huge. I think it's been overdone. I agree with you on the point of like, hey, these companies aren't going out of business anytime soon, but they are being disrupted. They do have to pivot, adapt accordingly to survive. I think Workday, more than most, has done a good job of saying, look, we're going to buy properties that give us revenue, AI, and talent to help us prepare and pivot to the direction we need to go to survive this marketplace. So compared to like a ServiceNow, who, by the way, ServiceNow lost, I think their CMO in the enterprise to OpenAI. I think Workday is much better positioned than a ServiceNow, a HubSpot, even a Salesforce, in our space at least, to weather the storm and come out better than most. So I'm not digging a grave at all. I'm just not ready to say it's over, it's all good, we're in the clear and it's sunny skies from here on out. We'll have to see if that's the case or not.
Well, digging the hole, or I mean, are we digging the hole for OpenAI at this point? I mean, their burn rate is fucking crazy. And then now we see this with them and Google. And I mean, it only makes sense. It's like it's a big duh moment, right? I mean, adoption is about routine. And if you can get into a user's routine and you've created a halfway decent product like Google has, you can win over that user quickly because they just go back to the well. They're used to going back to the well. So OpenAI spending versus revenue is ridiculously bad. Claude is, I mean, they're kicking ass in the enterprise B2B market. They're getting huge jumps, right? And now we see Google doing the same on both sides with B2B and B2C. So, I mean, to me, I think if any company's fried, it's an OpenAI. We're going to see them go IPO. I mean, they have to. They have to. We're going to see them go IPO. Then that's going to be interesting to watch. Is it going to be kind of like one of those Tesla things where it's all about the story and it's all about the bullshit? Or is it actually about the numbers? That's the thing that drives me crazy about the stock market. It's not about reality anymore.
Chad, it's time for a history lesson.
Time for a history lesson.
Back in the late 90s, a little browser called Netscape dropped on the world, and everyone embraced the internet like they had never done before. It was amazing. It was awesome. We were able to take this geeky tech that no one understood and put it on a screen like a TV and click around, and became user-friendly. And Netscape was the talk of the town. And then Microsoft said, hold my beer. We're going to put a whole lot of money, a whole lot of weight, a lot of influence behind our browser called Explorer. And Explorer ultimately killed Netscape by the market share that they had, just the weight, the ability to be on every PC that you bought. This is a very similar situation. I've talked about this before, but I've said that OpenAI is at very much risk of being the next Netscape. And I think that's what we're seeing. But instead of Microsoft, it's Google. Google has 8 businesses, I think, that have 2 billion or more users. They have more, like, the money, the resources, their ability to get their product in front of everybody, whether it's email, browser, Drive. I mean, you name all the products that they have. But OpenAI can't do that. Like, no one's using their Atlas browser except like super geeks that are sourcing candidates or whatever.
I forgot the name of it.
You know, I mean, he bought Johnny Ives company. They were going to make some little thing, pendant or something that was going to be AI. We haven't seen anything of that. So I think they're in way over their skis. They just shut down Sora, their image movie app. So things I don't think are good at OpenAI. I think Claude, to your point, is eating their lunch on the enterprise side. I think Google's going to eat their lunch on the consumer side and probably creep more and more into the enterprise side. I don't think this is a company that is going to be something that we talk a lot about a decade from now. So OpenAI, you started the fire. But Google put it out. I'm afraid Google put it out.
So we have another special guest, by the way.
Yeah, this is the Chad birthday extravaganza. We got more guests.
Well, it wouldn't be right without me. And in a decade, we will still be talking about your birthdays. Happy birthday.
That's optimistic. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I'm very optimistic.
Will I still know it's my birthday? I guess is going to be the question.
Well, if I need to remind you, I'll be here to do that.
So Julie, you missed it. You weren't on. So I'm gonna quiz you here real quick.
Okay.
This anniversary for you and Chad is what year?
15.
Is it 15?
Yeah.
Marriage?
It's my
no,
10th,
not
so
marriage.
it's not your 5th.
It's talking about marriage.
It's 10 marriage, 15 together.
There you go.
See?
Okay.
So is this my husband failed the test?
I was like, I don't know.
Give me back the headphones.
I was like, I don't know. Anyway, okay.
Such a wife thing, like to go to when we first met, like when we first made eye contact 15 years ago.
15 years ago. Yeah. Okay, now to the TopTal stuff. We'll get to the industry stuff. Yes. Okay, so 2 words. Hey, babe. Babe. Damn it. Anyway, trying to get a beer. 2 words. Market consolidation.
Yep.
But I'm not sure that it's good for TopTal as bigger players like Upwork are getting squeezed by market conditions and TopTal must be as well. But this type of acquisition isn't just about building a bigger client portfolio. It's also about building bigger candidate portfolios, right? And I've always liked the idea in the model, the TopTal model. But I'm not sure that the market being flooded with great candidates helps them in the long run. We shall see. I am a big fan of niche players. Big fan of niche players squeezing that niche. Seems like that's what TopTal's doing, especially with this acquisition of one of their competitors. So I like it. But the problem is the market's fucking flooded with talent, dude.
Yep. Especially in this case, you have tech talent, which is going through, I guess, a collapse or a restructuring of what that means. I think, according to SIA, TopTal is the 8th largest talent platform in the world. How many number 8 players do you know that are crushing it in any industry at all? Not a whole lot.
Niche so player. They are niche. I mean, come on.
I was surprised to learn in my homework they've been around since 2010. I had no idea. I was like, really? They've been around that long? So
that's a good point.
They've weathered storms. They're lean and mean. I mean, most their workforce is remote. I don't know what kind of cost structure they have, but they've at least made it 16 years in business, which is saying something. And speaking of clock, Adeva, 2015, the clock was definitely running out on them. 11 years in business, they needed to shit or get off the pot. And I think that getting acquired was probably the best route for them. Again, they are tech heavy, and that is not a great place to be right now with AI doing so much coding. Also, I'll throw in earlier this year, TopTal acquired NSI, which stands for No Single Individual, apparently a talent platform focused on the marketing and the creative space. And just like we talked about Upwork being a little bit challenged, well, all those positions in our development, marketing, creative, what is AI doing? It is disrupting all 3 of those in a big way. How many, how many images, how many creatives do you hire to do a logo now or to do an image? Like we do all of our own stuff now practically with AI. So I agree with you. It's a consolidation. Terms were not disclosed, which means it was probably a TJ Maxx clearance rack item in this case. But some industry news, man, on a holiday week. I like it. We got Google, we got Workday, and now we got a little bit of an acquisition with TopTal.
That's good stuff. Yeah. Well, I mean, in kind of like hearkening back to Hackajob's bump, right? Where they launched Archer, and when they did that, within a 90-day time frame, they were able to add 1 million, which for, startup, good to ARR, 1 million in ARR. But then they broadened their TAM, much like you're talking about, because tech's a problem right now, right? So they went to two big areas, being sales and customer service.
Yep.
So I mean, being able to watch the pivots, the growth of the TAM, and then also I think TopTal squeezing this niche through consolidation. It's fun to watch, man. It really is.
It is fun to watch. I need a break, Chad. If you're not subscribed to us, what's wrong with you? Whatever your platform of podcast listening is, plug in. You can also check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/@ChadCheese. Leave us a review and sign up for free stuff after you do it at chadcheese.com/free. We'll be right back.
Wish Joel a happy birthday. Come on.
Hello, I'm Omar, founder and CEO of JobPixel. I'm going to talk about two things. Number one is JobPixel. We do short form video content. So if you're a recruitment, marketing, or employer branding leader, you have to do video content, collect content from your employees. You're going to be able to show impact that you've never seen before. Number two, I would love to talk about People Brand Collective. People Brand Collective is a new organization that just got started by some of the best minds in our industry. And it brings all recruitment, marketing, and employer branding leaders together in one place to have a conversation about the impact of their work. I promise you, it's something you do not want to miss. So after this video, you'll see a QR code. Scan that QR code with your phone, go to their website and sign up for a membership. You will not regret it. They have amazing people talking about the best topics you'll absolutely love. Thank you, and I can't wait to see you there.
At Shaker Recruitment Marketing, our comprehensive services include branding, talent attraction, MarTech, and analytics, empowering you to achieve your recruitment marketing goals. We believe in doing things the right way, delivering the right message through the right activation, achieving the right conversion. For us, business is deeply personal. Our legacy is built on relationships. Together with our people, clients, and partners, we've been shaping the world of talent for over 70 years.
StepStone Group is expanding AI-assisted recruitment screening while publicly ensuring full compliance with the EU AI Act. Thank God we have someone from the EU on the show, emphasizing transparent, explainable AI with human oversight and recruiter control. Meanwhile, Indeed has updated its terms of service to document AI-assisted and autonomous application workflows for sponsored jobs. The, quote, apply for me, end quote, tool uses AI to answer screening questions, generate applications, and potentially submit them automatically. If you blink, you could miss all the AI goodness in our industry, Chad. StepStone and Indeed News, give us a hot take.
Oh my God. I mean, if you're CEO and you want to jinx yourself, just go ahead and say, hey, we're compliant with that, whatever it is, right? I mean,
doth thou protest too much?
So here's a quote from StepStone Sebastian. How am I still CEO Detmers over at StepStone? This is what he said on LinkedIn. Quote, because trust is non-negotiable, we made sure that this fully complies with the EU Act, which I think you said it's fair, transparent, and explainable AI that you can actually rely on, end quote. Big fucking promises. I'm a huge fan of AI. I use it every day, but let's dig into some great research I found over at Ropes and Gray that I believe outlines Indeed's matching, Smart Fit Score, and StepStone's AI assessment as, really being AI shaped decision making instead of AI assisted. First, let's talk about automation bias. And let's be honest, when Indeed or StepStone hands a recruiter a ranked list or scored list of top 10 candidates, nobody's looking at number 11 through 500. They trust the machine. They're busy. They got to go, right? Article 14 calls bullshit on that. It's explicitly mandates that humans must combat automation bias. The real problem is that AI is being applied where it doesn't need to be. It's over-engineered for no fucking reason, either through these ridiculous assessments or Indeed's magic scoring system. This is just driving me fucking crazy. Their fake resume maker, along with we can go ahead and apply for all these jobs with your fake resumes. It's just fucking crazy. Yeah. Anyway, in the case of StepStone, my advice to enterprise companies is stop using any tool that will complicate the process. Having an AI assisted screener literally makes no sense, especially when the screening should be as easy as asking the candidate, do they meet the fucking requirements? That's all you care about, right? Yeah. You're worried about compliance. Well, the compliance is, do they meet the requirements? So we need to get back to the keep it simple, stupid method and stop buying this over-engineered bullshit. And in the case of Indeed, my advice for companies is to take control. Take control. Stop leaning on Indeed. Perform the matching within your tech, within your own system of record. And then for the love of fucking God, rewrite your job postings with firm, not sloppy requirements, and stop allowing outside systems to arbitrarily, quote unquote, score your candidates. Good luck on explaining that Indeed scoring to any auditor that's out there, right? So the answer is stop leaning hard on companies like StepStone and Indeed. They're not here to help. They're here to suck your budget dry. It's really fucking simple.
You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
Nope.
Tell us how you really feel, Chad. You're on a roll. How many beers is that? Keep them coming, man. Keep them coming.
This is number 2.
If that's any preview of the rest of the show, like keep them coming. You know, we're in a, what's the old adage? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. We're in this weird arms race in our industry where everyone is trying to outdo the other one to be able to at least look like we're not falling behind. So the world is AI, we're automation, like, that's what we are, because either customers are begging for it, which I'm a little skeptical of, or the investors in the market are saying that's what we need, or there's a little bit of panic, like revenues are down, we need to do something kind of drastic, or any combination of the two. I don't know StepStone as well as you do. I'm going to guess that most of their clients are European based, or at least non-US based.
German, you've got German and UK and Irish. They've got like 3 major sites. I think those are their major areas.
So if I'm in employment and I have to like combat US companies that have different regulations, I assume they spin it to where they are in a country, but if it's a remote workforce. So Europe is in this weird place of, we have regulations and we have guardrails that a lot of the rest of the world doesn't have. So how do we look like we're hip and cool with the new tech, but maybe can't do it because of government regulation? Like, I feel for European companies because they're in this weird place of regulation that some parts of the world aren't. I'm seeing things in Europe that tell me they're leaning more, like, I don't want to say this to you, but it feels like they're becoming more American. I see news that Sweden is more capitalistic than they have been a long time. I see news about immigration in France being shut down. I see Britain begging to come back to the EU, red tape getting cut so that they can make AI that they don't have to rely on our AI companies. So you see, so
Mistral.
It's a really interesting time to be in Europe. And I think StepStone is just sort of a small piece of what's going on in that. But I'll rely on you for the StepStone stuff. For Indeed, we talked about this last week, that the monopoly pricing power that Indeed has, I don't think many people would argue. The argument, if you did, was it's a duopoly, not a monopoly. And the duopoly is LinkedIn and Indeed. So Indeed came out late last year with Talent Scout, Job Scout, or whatever they called it. And then
which they renamed like 27 times.
LinkedIn Recruiter came out. So to me, it's like those two are in an arms race of who can out AI the other, who can offer stuff more fast, quicker than the other. I think that they're both in unique situations in regards to their main customers and who uses them. Why you go to LinkedIn primarily versus why you go to Indeed primarily. But all this is really coming to a head, and we'll talk about this, I think, after the break, of AI is really, it has an image problem that's both real and perception. So I'm really interested to see how customers of HR tech and the vendors who use the AI, how governments react to this stuff, how the laws get passed. Like, may you live in interesting times. This is a very interesting time for AI, and these two companies and these two stories, I think, are microcosms. We'll go right into the macro stuff in a bit, but AI is getting messy, and this is, I think, just a piece of what we're seeing in our space.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because as I spend more time in the EU, in Europe, we have this discussion around legislation versus litigation.
Yep.
And that's the thing, is that at least in Europe, you know what the fucking rules are.
Mm-hmm.
In the US, you don't know what the rules are, right? There are no rules. If there are no rules, more than likely you're going to get litigated. You're going to be taken to fucking court. And we are a very litigious country. So what would you rather have? Would you rather have guidelines in which to know what you can do or what you can't do? Or would you rather go in blindfolded and find yourself in a court? You know what I mean? And depending on the company, they might want one versus the other. But that's the difference. You've got legislation versus litigation.
Yeah. And our current administration has basically said no rules is the rule. And we have states, which we'll also talk about, states saying, well, hold on, not so fast. And the narrative here is we have to out AI China. It's not a European US conversation. It's we can't let China out innovate us in AI. And I think Europe, we can't get totally left behind with the red tape that we currently have. But I agree with you. Knowing the rules of the road is a nice thing. The US with tariffs, immigration, geopolitical tension, like
you're off-roading.
Part of the economy is we don't know what the hell's going on, and companies are fearful of doing anything. But let's get to some macro talk about AI.
Shall we play a game?
Okay.
AI news isn't just for HR tech vendors, of course, Chad. So here are some highlights from the larger economy. Companies aggressively pushing maximum AI use are facing skyrocketing costs. Microsoft and Uber are already scaling back after burning through budgets. Turns out AI's real cost problem might be using the tech is actually more expensive than paying the human beings. And in California, Governor Newsom issued an executive order directing California to prepare workers, small businesses, and communities for the economic disruption that AI will bring to the workforce and society as a whole. And even Pope Leo from the south side of Chicago is giving public speeches about the risks of AI on humanity. Talk about an image problem. Chad, what's your take on all the negative news around AI?
I hit the easy ones first, because when the Pope speaks, we got to talk about the Pope first.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the adult in the room. The church in this case is like the adult in the room. They've been talking about disarming nuclear capabilities for decades, and now they see AI as pretty much like a nuclear capability.
Yep.
Then we also saw Anthropic's co-founder speak before the Pope, and he talked about three things: mass labor displacement, global inequality, and autonomous weapons. We're already seeing that, right? This is already happening. It's already coming to a head. California, Gavin Newsom, this is all talk, no walk. That's all this is. They're trying to get people prepared. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, do something, right? And I think for me, this all comes down to the cost. Okay. We've got politicians talking about shit, not doing anything. We've got the Pope he can't do anything, but he wants to bring attention to it. But we take a look at the cost. And here's a great quote from Jason Kubler over at 404 Media. Literally, that just came out before we press record. The article is called Lobotomized. Character.ai is showing what a AI enshittification looks like. And here's the quote. ads everywhere, usage limits, frustrating guardrails, as AI companies are hit with regulations, lawsuits, and the overwhelming expense of running their services. They are making their products much worse. What's happening to one of the most popular chat apps is a glimpse at the near future of an industry that can't figure out the economics of its product, end quote. Now, that was the user experience, and that was the business experience too. How about from the corporate side of the house? Well, it's apparent that we're in an AI revolution that has entered into the harsh financial reality phase. And I got to say that if you didn't see this coming with all the fucking burn rates that have been pushed out there, you weren't paying attention, kids. Yeah. The promise of cost cutting is being undermined by the high price of compute and token-based billing, which is just forcing major tech firms to reconsider how freely they actually allow their employees to use this tech. Companies are running out of budget. They're cutting a head count Facebook to actually spend more money on compute. Agentic AI runs several tasks at a time, which means it uses more tokens. It's smarter, it's better, but it's expensive. This is like the whole crumbling of what's happening with a lot of these companies. And this is where, when we're talking about the OpenAIs of the world, I don't know how they get out of this hole.
Yeah.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
I think I was on with Mo, and I talked about, in my lifetime, any new technology that came along, it was optimistically viewed, at least by the young people.
Yes.
I could go on, like what those are: iPod, digital cameras, email. No one said this is destroying the world. There was optimism around it. AI is the first thing that I've seen where the kids are mad about it. And I've documented on the show, like, destroy the environment. Kids kind of like the environment. Destroy jobs. Kids like jobs. Destroy creativity and opportunities in creative fields. Like, kids are really creative. So when we see speeches at campuses and students booing, it's no surprise to me. But to me, that says there's a real problem, not just image problem with this tech, but people are going to find ways to advance their interest because of it. And I think when I look at the Newsom stuff, I think, well, tell me you're running for president without telling me you're running for president. It doesn't really matter if it doesn't have any teeth. If he can go on a debate stage and say, in California, we tried to take a stand around helping people with AI and the people are going to be
largest
unemployed.
Economy.
Yeah. So as long as he can say we're doing things, or we're putting in things that will help people in AI. I mean, right now there are 14 states that are opposing data centers.
Yeah,
that's going to grow. And I can tell you, here in the Midwest, I know you've seen it. You saw it when you were here shortly. Like, Indiana, states are not happy about the water that's used, the energy that's used. And we're seeing stories about, shitty looking water that people have to drink, water pressure's down, can't take a good shower. And anyone who's traveled knows the pain of a shower that doesn't give you some good pressure, as well as higher electricity and energy costs. Like, this is a bad thing for a lot of people. Not everyone is Anthropic or NVIDIA, and this is only going to come again. The Pope is not a political position. The Pope in my lifetime rarely comes. Now, they'll talk about war, don't kill each other, but to talk about AI as a threat to humanity, like, that's kind of a new thing. They never came out about the iPod and say, don't do the iPod because that's going to kill you. Or Facebook. Yeah, don't do social media. Don't click a QR code because that's going to really screw things up. So I don't know where this goes. I mean, you have an administration, you have basically the stock market is being propped up by about a dozen companies that are all AI or AI adjacent companies.
Yes.
People are getting rich. Those folks are going to China with Trump. Who knows what the hell was going on, in closed door sessions with them. And then you have the little people, if you will, say, this is bullshit. Like, this is not great. And now you have politicians in the middle trying to get elected and keep. So the world's a weird place, man. And this is more of the weirdness that we'll continue to talk about with AI. It's no longer this panacea of hope and optimism. It's like, wait a minute, maybe this isn't so great.
Bring back boring. That's my campaign promise.
Take off, will you? We're doing our movie. Don't wreck our show, you hoser.
All right, guys. By the way, Canadian province that wants to secede, they're going to actually vote on it. Starts with an A. Shit. British
Alberta?
Columbia. Alberta. Yes, thank you. I was going to say, I want to say
secede
Edmonton.
from Canada?
Yes. So they needed 10% signatures, which they got. So there will be a vote in Alberta to secede from Canada. So yeah, it gets weird everywhere.
So stupid.
All right, let's take a quick break and we'll talk more future shit.
Done. I think we'll cover speed and hiring.
Did somebody say speed? Then buckle up, boys. You're about to learn how to hire fast.
Who is that?
Vetty Betty from Vetty, the hiring acceleration platform. Come on, man, keep up. What's up, Betty?
Hey, Chad. Vetty makes high compliance hiring easy. Background checks, licensing verifications, and health screenings, all in one place. Real-time updates, no red tape, and no delays. Hiring managers can move fast, stay smooth, and close the deal.
So they just sit back and watch. Hell, I could watch this all day.
That's right. Relax, enjoy the view, and don't lose the hire. It's that simple. With Vetty, it's all taken care of before they can even catch their breath.
Best lesson ever.
Class dismissed, boys. Vetty. Hiring as it should be. Visit vetty.co to learn more.
All right, Chad's ordered another beer, so we need to wrap this shit up soon. The EU's climate commissioner has told the 27-country bloc that the way out of the energy crisis fueled by the wars in Iran and Ukraine is homegrown energy, and that the EU must accelerate its transition away from fossil fuels. While saving the planet is part of the conversation, green energy is now highlighted as a national security imperative, insulating economies from geopolitical blackmail and price chaos caused by yours truly over here in America and other unstable fossil fuel regions. Chad, is alternative energy here to save the West, or as Trump says, is it just here to kill the birds and ruin your landscape?
Let's talk about jobs first.
Okay.
Let's do that, and then we'll get to the rest of it. The global transition toward clean energy has evolved into a high stakes race between China, Europe, and the U.S. While all three regions are breaking deployment records, their growth strategies, manufacturing footprints, and job creation engines look vastly different. And according to data from ILO, which renewable energy and jobs annual review, global clean energy employment has climbed to 16.6 million jobs, heavily concentrated in those three regions, US, Europe, and China. Can you guess which one has the biggest concentration, Joel?
Of jobs?
Yeah.
Europe.
Of creation.
Yeah, Europe.
China created 7.4 million jobs, and they added 434 gigawatts of capacity in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Europe is number two. So China, 7.4. Europe, number two, at 1.8 million jobs. Renewables officially passed coal, which is awesome, right?
Yep.
They're getting off the coal, the clean coal.
Yep.
And U.S. created 1.1 million jobs. The countries that deserve a shout out, though, for rapid acceleration in this area are Denmark, who generates 92.4% of its electricity from renewables. 92.4%, primarily driven by massive offshore and onshore wind power. Austria, which sits at 83.1% renewable electricity. They're utilizing a robust blend of traditional alpine hydropower. You got all that water rushing down the mountains, and rapidly growing solar and wind grids. And then last but not least, get ready, kids. That's right.
I'm ready.
Portugal. Portugal reached 82.9%. 82.9% renewable electricity, capitalizing on a diverse mix of wind, solar, and hydro resources, creating jobs and strategic energy independence.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm fucking talking about, man. That's what it's about. We've got this whole Strait of Hormuz thing that's happening right now.
Yep.
This shit goes away if we become energy independent. And I like how a lot of these countries have been thinking about that for a while, and they're being very aggressive about it.
Yep. Did you know that half the world's smokers are in China? And it's the only country where they're growing the number of smokers in the world. Anyway, I don't know if that has any impact on the green energy revolution or not. But yeah, I found that interesting. That Chinese they love their smoking. They love the nicotine.
They're more European smoking. I thought Europeans would be less smokers than Americans.
Yeah,
no, they smoke like fucking chimneys over here.
For sure. There's a lot of Chinese, which is why I should have guessed Chinese, because there's a lot more Chinese to have jobs.
And Russians, yeah,
these jobs, Russians. It's interesting to me that the narrative has gone from save the world to like save your ass, and this is a security issue for these countries, and it certainly is for Europe.
It's where we should have started.
And I think just look at geopolitical tensions to know like who has thought through this. I mean, China probably has an unknown amount of reserves that they are fine with for probably quite a while as the Hormuz remains closed. Yeah. The challenge with all of this is that in 1971, Nixon got us off the gold standard. The gold standard backing the dollar had been sort of the historical standard for a long time. And all of our allies had their dollars in gold, and everything was sort of safe in that way. 71, Nixon says we're off the gold standard. We're on, and the petrodollar becomes the standard. So what does that mean? It means all oil has to be traded in dollars. Kissinger went over to Saudi Arabia and made a deal and said, hey, we'll protect you as long as you trade in dollars. And that's been the standard since the 70s. If the world ever goes off of an oil energy standard, the dollar and the U.S. is proper fucked. Because if all the dollars start coming back to America inflationary, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh no!
If all these countries that own our treasuries stop buying and start sending them back, like there's going to be a problem. So when you see Trump or any politician in America say like it's a hoax, it's bullshit, it's killing the birds, none of that is about the environment. It's about the hegemony of the U.S. dollar, and that is what is like scary as an American. Is that you'll never see us go off of oil in a big way because our dollar is tied to that source and that power. So what we're seeing is a total fragmentation of what's going on. And when you see the swaps about news, like the UAE wants to swap dollars, that's because they don't want to sell. We don't want them to sell their dollars or give their dollars. We want them to keep them so our dollar remains strong. Like all of this is all money and who owns the like power struggle of the world. So
yeah.
While the American me is like, okay, I get it. Like we don't want clean energy because we're kind of fucked in that scenario. But the human in me says like, well, this is where the world's going anyway. Let's have it. How can we be a leader in it? But when I look at these stories, I don't look at jobs. I don't look at saving the world. I look at the U.S. dollar and how the whole world is basically based on the U.S. dollar, and going off of oil means that collapses.
Which means the U.S. crumbles, pretty much.
Which you could argue is happening.
Yeah.
Which you could argue the American empire, Pax Americana, is crumbling right before our eyes. And we'll see what comes out of Iran, but it feels a little more surrenderish to me than a deal that's advantageous for us.
Yeah. Oh, it's what happens when you send a clown into a boardroom to fucking negotiate.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Am I right?
Always.
Sorry to bring us down on birthday. Let's come back. Let's bring it back with a dad joke. Chad, I'm gone in June, so I thought I'd get a little naughty with the jokes. I've been pretty clean lately. What's the difference between an enzyme and a hormone? What's the difference between an enzyme and a hormone?
I don't know. That's a new one.
You can't hear an enzyme. Happy birthday,
Dog
my
didn't
brother.
like that one.
Get
Dog
that
didn't
dog
like that
under
one.
control back there. We out.
We out.
Thank you for listening to, what's it called? A podcast. The Chad. The Cheese. Brilliant. They talk about recruiting. They talk about technology. But most of all, they talk about nothing. Just a lot of shout-outs of people you don't even know. And yet you're listening. It's incredible. And not one word about cheese. Not one. Cheddar. Blue. Nacho. Pepper jack. Swiss. There's so many cheeses and not one word. So weird. Anywho, be sure to subscribe today on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. That way you won't miss an episode. And while you're at it, visit www.chadcheese.com. Just don't expect to find any recipes for grilled cheese. It's so weird. We out!